It's from Tafshin Memches. It's Shabbos Parshas Vayera. And it's from Tesvav Mar Cheshvan, Tafshin Memches. Vayita Eishel Be'er Sheva, and he planted an Eishel in Be'er Sheva. And he's going to bring this idea that Eishel means a place, either a punduk or a pardes, different explanations what exactly this Eishel is that he made. He said, Vayikra Sham B'Shem Avaya Ke'Loilam, and that he called out over there in the name of Avaya Ke'Loilam. So regardless of what Eishel means, if Eishel is a punduk or Eishel means a place of Achnosas Oirchim, the tree, however it was, the point is that this was a matter of Achnosas Oirchim, and this Achnosas Oirchim was connected with the Vayikra Sham B'Shem Avaya Ke'Loilam. The Daik was a Dvar Maskal Viet Eishel, the Shabbos Parshas Vayera, Tofresh Tzadikes of Necham Shana. 50 years before this Maamar was said, in 1938, this is said in the Tafshin Memches, actually in 1937, Tofresh Tzadikes, the Frierdiker Rebbe said a Maamar on this same topic. Tzarech Lahav, in over there he asked, we need to understand that Kesher ben Beza and Yonim, the connection between the two matters. How is it, why is it that through calling out in the name of Avayim, that's how it was through making the Eishel, that's how it was Vayikra Shem Hashem Avaya Ke'Loilam, that he made Alakus well known. Maybe also Masha Amra B'Seinu Zalni brings what Chazal said, Al Tikra Vayikra Ela Vayakri, that it wasn't that he called. If he called, what does his calling out the name of Hashem have to do with the Eishel? But rather, since we're reading it, not Vayikra that he called, but he made others call, Malamed Shehikri Avram Avinu L'Shmoi Shal Kodesh Baruch Hu B'fi Kol Oyer V'Shav, that Avram Avinu made call out the name of Hashem in the name of every passerby. How is that? After they came to his inn, to his Eishel, and they ate, they drank, they rose to give him thanks for being Makdas Oirach. Amar Lahem, he told them, he told his guests, did you eat mine? You ate from the Eibishter's food. You should thank and praise and bless to the one that said and made the world be and come into being. So therefore, that is the pshat according to the Maamar Chazal, the connection between the two parts of the pasuk. That's the connection. Through the Eishel, which he said, that's the inn that he made a place for Achnosas Oirchim. I lost the place over here. Befrat Lefia Rosh Tevis Shemei Maamar, especially according to the Rosh Tevis that the Maamar brings down. The Eishel Rosh Tevis Achil Shtia Levia, that the Rosh Tevis of the word Eishel is eating, drinking, and escorting. One of the mitzvahs of Achnosas Oirchim is not just to let your guests leave, but also to escort them when they're leaving. So so that's the connection. That's how he made. If it would only be Vayikra, what does planting the Eishel, making the punduk, making Achnosas Oirchim having to do with Avram Avinu calling out the name of Hashem? But the Hikri, the fact that he made it B'Shem Kol Oyer V'Shav, V'zel Vayikra Sham B'Shem Avaya Ke'Loilam, that he made well known the Eibishter because he encouraged the people that came to him to call out and thank Hashem. So now he goes on in the second paragraph. We'll still need to understand. Like the Frierdiker Rebbe asks in his Maamar of Tofresh Tzadikes, how did Avraham Avinu propagate and make well known Elikus? That was he used logic. He said, you ate from the Eibishter stuff. And Inyan Misha Amar Vaya Olam. He explained them the idea of who said and who made the world. He explained to them logic. The Hainu Klolis Inyan Habriya. Top of the next page, the general idea of the creation. Shubachek Habayde. That's the idea that he explained to them who was the one that said and brought the world into being. And that is something with the idea of creation is only something that the Eibishter could do. It's something that's not in the capability of any type of nivra to do so. Bim Kain, Malchus Vayikra Sham B'Shem Havaya. Why is he used specifically the name Yud Kei Vav Kei? Varei when it comes to creating the world, it doesn't use Shem Yud Kei Vav Kei. It uses Shem Elokim, like it says Bereish Bar Elokim, and so on. It goes through the entire creation, Vayem Elokim Yair, Vayem Elokim Yirakia, and so on and so forth. It's all Shem Elokim used in the creation. Since he explained them about who created the world, so he should have used a different term. He should have said the term that he made them call out in the name of Elohim, because he explained to them who created the world. Why does he mention Vayikra Sham b'Shem Havaya? Why does he say Shem Yud Kei Vav Kei? This question that the Frierdiker Rebbe is asking is really something that can be examined and derived from the beginning of the pasuk. That says Vayita Eshel Baver Shava. So it has the Mispar Sheva Moira Al Sheva Midas. It says Be'er Sheva. So the number 7 indicates the 7 emotional attributes. Mavur Gam Drushim Al Pasuk Vayu Chayisarim Meir Shana Vesrim Shana V'Sheva Shanim. Like it's also brought down the Maamorim on next week's parsha, that when it says Vayu Chayisarim Meir Shana V'Sheva Shanim Esrim Shana V'Sheva Shanim, so it says that the Sheva Shanim is indicating the 7 midas. So we see that when we use the number 7 in Torah, it's indicative and corresponds to the 7 midas. Sheheim Zayin Yemei Abinyan. These correspond to the 7 days that the world was built in, that the world was created in. Shebehem Nivra Olam. According to this, it's even more of a wonder. Since it's talking about Be'er Sheva, Sheva has to do with the 7 midas. The 7 midas has to do that with the 7 midas. Hashem created the world. That's why it's called the Sheva Yimei Abinyan. The first day of creation, like the Alter Rebbe says, brings down, was built in Mitzvah Chesed. The second day of creation was Mitzvah Gvura, and so on. So why is he called? Why does he say Vayikra Sham B'Shem Havaya Davke? Since we're talking about the 7 days of creation, the 7 midas, so again, it's emphasized that we're talking here about creation. If we're talking about creation, Shem Elokim should be more appropriate, not Shem Havaya. But the idea behind this is, like it's understood from the continuation of the Maamar over there in Tafresh Tzadik Ches. The Malchus of Kan Vayikra Sham B'Shem Havaya, what it says over here, that he called out B'Shem Havaya, Koyal B'chinas Havaya D'Lasata HaMislabish B'Shem Elokim. It's referring to the lower level of Yud Kei Vav Kei that's enclosed in Shem Elokim. Chassidus brings down that there's 2 levels of Havaya. There's Havaya de La'elav, Havaya de L'Sata, the upper level and the lower level of Shem Yud Kei Vav Kei. And the lower level of Yud Kei Vav Kei is enclosed in Shem Elokim to be able to affect and bring about the creation. The Chidush shel Avraham Haya Vayikra Sham B'Shem Havaya Keil Olam V'Loi Keil HaOlam. No, a lot of times the Rebbe brings us down from different places that says Vayikra Sham B'Shem Havaya Keil Olam, not Keil HaOlam. Keil HaOlam would indicate God of the world, but that Hey indicates that there's a separation and a distance between Hashem and the world. Avraham Avinu's message was that it wasn't a distance, that you had Kale and Olam together. Sha'olam v'alakus heim einam shnei dvarim nefradim, that godliness and world are not two separate things. Elo shapal yichud havayid al the top of page Zayin. Avraham Avinu affected the joining of the lower havaya hamislabish v'shem elakim. Livreis ha'olam, that lower level of Shem Havayim, that becomes enclosed in Shem Elakim. To create the world, He made that to be im ha'olam, that it's united and it's joined with the world itself. It's known, the second paragraph on page Zayin, Shemaisa Avis similar bonim. The actions of the Avis, that is a sign and an indication for the bonim. So a sign means like a signpost. You see different things that occurred, different things that happened, and those different things that happened are meant to be like a foretaste of what's going to be in the future. So this thing that we say that the Maisa Avos are similar bonim, it's only a simon the Rebbe emphasizes, meaning as much and as great as the Avos were, the Yidden, when they receive the Torah, have it in a much greater way. The matter, the way it was by the Avos, was only in the way of a sign, only an indication. From the indication, from the beginning, from the start, that the Avos started this off, so now by the children, by a Klal Yisrael, now you have it in its fullness, in its perfection, its completion. Binyan Shalom, a complete building, not just a sign. So too, it's in this particular topic of Vayikra Sham B'Shem Havaya Kei Loilam. The Eitz L'Avram Hayar Rak Ba'if Nesimen. By Avram Avinu was only in a way of a sign. V'Loi Palza Rak B'Pchinas Avaydal Sata. All he affected is in the lower level of Shem Yud Kei Vav Kei. Avalai de Avodah Sabonim Maseinu over the Seinu, but through the avoid of the children, which is our actions and our service, Hoyalim Yiseidem is we affect even more than that. That Shenase Vayikra Sham B'Shem Havaya Kela Olam Havaya de La'ela, instead of it being only Havaya de L'Sata, which is what Avram was able to do. His level was only able to reach and draw down Havaya de L'Sata, should be mislabish in the world, should be joined with the world. Yidden, but being able to do things b'shleimus can bring the level of Havaya de La'ela. That what we have is that our actions and our service now, we bring about the future redemption. Then there'll be the revelation of godliness in a revealed way in the world. Like it says, that the glory of Hashem will become revealed when Mashiach comes, and all flesh will see together. That the flesh itself will see the glory of Havayim. We're talking here about also the level of Havaya De'Leila will be visible even to the physical flesh. In other words, that the Havaya and Olam are together, but in the highest most level, in the level of the Havaya of the Havaya De'Leila. Until there be a revelation that there is nothing besides Hashem, and even higher than that, there is nothing else. Like it's explained in many places, the idea and the difference between Ein Oid Malvadoi and Ein Oid. Ein Oid Malvadoi means that in comparison to Hashem, then everything loses significance. Like Kula Kamei Kalach Shiva, everything before him has no significance whatsoever. But that's only in comparison to him. Kamei, Milvadoi. But how about the thing itself? not when it's held up to the comparison with the Eibishter, then maybe some Metzias. But the revelation that's going to be when Mashiach comes is going to bring to fruition, or going to bring out, that we're going to feel the Ein Oid of everything, not because of in comparison to Hashem, because Hashem is so great, therefore Ein Oid. It's going to be, the very entire existence is going to be in a state of bittul, not because of the comparative level. So it's a total Ein Oid. It's the very Metzias. So he continues in line 18. All this will be in a way beyond measure and boundary. Harchava amitis, true breadth, true broadness. Like in many Maamorim, we had this not too long ago. Min hameitzer karasi kol min hameitzer al merchav hamiti, that it's k'mashakasav prozos teishev Yerushalayim. It says Yerushalayim will be an open city instead of the way it is now, a walled city. The idea of being a not walled city, when Mashiach comes, Chassidus explains that is an indication that Yerushalayim will spread out without any hagbolos. Like it says, that it says when Mashiach comes, Hashem will broaden your boundaries. Harchava she'ein gedola memena, a broadness that there's nothing broader than it. V'chein yegam b'Torah. Not only will it be in the way of the physical world, the Eretz Yisrael, the Gilui Lakus, but also Torah will be in such a type of way as well. Sheyia Hagilui, top of the last page, L'mayla gam me'inyan arucha me'eretz mida urachava miniyam. It will be a higher level than even what it says, that the Torah, it is longer than the land is its measure, and broader than the sea. So even though the Aruka Meretz Midah Rechava Miniyam is at present as well, but Mashiach's times will be greater than that. What does it mean it's greater than that? Because the length and the breadth that the pasuk is describing is a relative length and breadth, as opposed to what's going to be when Mashiach comes. It's going to be truly without an end. So he says, line 2, Ki arichas v'rach v'zu, this length and breadth that's described in this pasuk, harehi be'erech ha'aretz u'be'erech hayam, we're saying it is longer than the earth, it's broader than the sea. So the sea has a limitation. So just when you say that's broader than the earth, longer than the sea, okay, it's a greater thing, but it's not necessarily unlimited. When Mashiach comes, the revelation of the Torah will be from a much higher level. Like it says, because that all will know me. I see mamish. The knowledge of the Torah will be mamish, the knowledge of Hashem. And since Hashem is infinite, so the same thing, the Torah will be infinite. Afsmusi is baruch, the kulam yedu, it means we will know Hashem's very essence. This will become revealed in Torah. Not like one would think, okay, there's a revelation of Elokus when Mashiach comes, that's one thing. And another thing is that there's a great amount of Torah when Mashiach comes. No, they're interconnected. Knowing Hashem is by knowing His Torah. That when it says about the Torah is that when the Eibishter gave us the Torah, we can, through the Torah we grasp Hashem. And this holds true about Mashiach's times as well. The revelation of Hashem's essence will be specifically through Torah. And since Hashem is infinite, therefore the Torah of Mashiach's times will be infinite as well. Last paragraph, the brachas v'yiratzin should be the will of Hashem. Through speaking about all these matters, will come to actually fulfilling this in actuality. Like it's brought down over there in that Maamar of the Friedrich Rebbe. That he relates his words to Yankov and his laws and his statutes and his rules to the Yidden. meaning Mashuhu Oisa Aimer Yisrael Yatlasis, that what he says, he tells the Yidden to do, which means that by the Eibishter teaching us in Torah to do these particular things, the Eibishter in Torah teaches us about what it's going to be like when Mashiach comes. He himself, like, is obligating himself to actually do it, to fulfill what he writes in the Torah about Mashiach's times. Shetake from Yad Yukayim Inyan Yarchabayel Kachas Gebulch immediately will fulfill what it says that Hashem will broaden your boundaries. Shetia Eretz Shiva Amin ve'Eretz Eser Amin, that will be the land of the 7 nations, and the broadening of Hashem of your boundaries is referring to the fact that there will be also the land of the 10 nations, like we had in last week's parsha about the Keni Knizi v'Kadmoini. V'chein Yigam B'Yisrael B'Torah. That so too, this will also be fulfilled in the Yidden and in the Torah. Shetia Hashleimus Hamshaleshes, there will be the threefold perfection. Shleimus HaTorah, V'Am Yisrael, V'Eretz Yisrael. There will be the complete Torah, and there will be the complete nation of Yisrael, and there will be the complete land of Yisrael. V'Atam Teluktu L'Echad Echad B'nei Yisrael, and you will be collected one by one, the B'nei Yisrael. Koilol. Kol Yisrael Shemesh Kol Adoros, not just be the collection of all the Yidden from this world in existence right now, but all the Yidden will be collected from all the generations as well. Like it says, they will awaken and sing, those that are resting in the earth. All the Yidden throughout all the generations. And the leader of our generation amongst them and at their head, and their silver and gold with them. Hein Beruchni is both spiritually, Avas, which is the spiritual silver and gold, is Avas Hashem, Beyiras Hashem. The Rebbe always brings down Kesef, is from the word Kisufim, desiring, yearning, love. That's the Avas Hashem. Zahav, the Alter Rebbe says in Tanya that the advantage of awe over love is Kemailas Hazav ala Kesef, like gold is more valuable than silver. Vehein, the Gashus Kipshuta, and also will have the physical silver and gold when Mashiach comes. And additionally, and this is primarily Shia Kol Zel Lamata Masar Tvakim, all this will be below 10 handbreadths. And again, in addition to this, and this is primarily Shia is a taken miyad mamish, this should be immediately.
Well,